Saturday. Yeah, we open at 12 o'clock, right at lunch. Saturday. It's gonna be a lot of fun. The rain's really been all out.
A chance to just rest.
And all right. And jam sessions.
They're not even.
I know. I think this is the first year they've tried. They have a great location.
Excellent.
Been inside the building. And it's
Pretty good.
and they have a club in here that way. Jam is playing there too. So we're excited.
During Labor Day days, my dogs and my cat just barely get to see me come in and head back out.
Close.
Good.
That's all for now. Until we meet again, this is John Reed. Goodbye, Scotland. Tune in again next Saturday at 10:30 a.m. and Sundays at 5:30 p.m. for God's College Breakfast with your host, John Reed. This lunch show is sponsored by Sam's Lawn Service. Well, we're at 11 o'clock. This is WPAQ in Mount Airy, North Carolina. The Love forecast coming up at 12, but news right now. We take you to the Earl Theater for the start of this week's Merry-Go-Round. WPAQ now presents the Saturday morning Merry-Go-Round, bringing you the best in bluegrass and old-time music. And now, live from the stage of the Earl Theater, it's the Merry-Go-Round.
And a good Saturday morning to you, everyone. Traveling Travis Fry, riding along with you on the second longest live running radio broadcast in America, the Merry-Go-Round, right behind the Grand Ole Opry in terms of years, and we're mighty proud to have that distinction. And we're so happy to see your smiling faces here in our audience at 142 North Main Street here in beautiful downtown Mount Airy. And we invite everybody in the sound of our voice to come on down and be with us. We're going to have a lot of fun all the way until 1:30, so you'll have the chance to hear some great music live here in center stage at the Earl Theater. Right now, we've got some folks that are gearing up for the first hour of our program. They are no strangers to our stage, and I'm sure that you're going to enjoy them. I want you to give them a warm welcome. It's the Collards.
Won't you carry the man and play on this next song and open with Donald Cry?
Over AM 740 WPAQ's world-famous merry-go-round. Great way to kick off the program, guys. And we're going to take a quick time out. We're going to hear a word about an upcoming show that's taking place tonight at the Fairview Rueton Club. Mickey Gallion and Cullens Bridge will be back after this. Thank you so much, Bob King. We appreciate those good words. And once again, make sure you go out and check Mickey Gallion and Cullens Bridge. They're going to be at the Fairview Rueton Club tonight. Get there early, get you some seats. And also, they have wonderful food and concessions at Fairview Rueton Club. So, great show on hand tonight. Looks like the weather's going to be just fine. And as we get more and more folks coming in, we do appreciate you tuning in and logging on to the Voice of the Blue Ridge, whether it be on the AM dial at AM 740 or on the website at WPAQ740.com. We thank you for tuning in, logging on to the Voice of the Blue Ridge. And before we get back to music, I do want to mention that today is a special day. Kelly Epperson is celebrating a birthday. So if he's listening in, we want to wish him a happy birthday. His son also celebrates the same day, and he is having a birthday as well. That's Mr. Hal Epperson. So we wish both of them a happy birthday today. And the band actually got us a little gift. And it was such a surprise. I've never seen this before. I'm going to pull it out so the folks here can see it. And this was found, and the band gave it to us, of course, the bass player. This is an envelope moistener, and it has WPAQ's logo, the old logo, on the side of it. I think that is very cool. It says 10,000 watts, 740, and it has a KC beside of it, and then it has the phone number, of course. But, you know, that is really cool. You don't see that. And in fact, I've never seen that before, especially within the original box that it came in. So very cool. We appreciate it. I'm sure Kelly's going to love this birthday gift. And we're going to go back now to center stage. Once again, here's the Collars.
Thank you, Travis. We're going to do one by Larry Sparks called Bitter Weeds.
Say
superstar. Let's bring it up one notch.
Let's do that.
John, I wonder if I can jump in there with me. You're smarter than I am. 1, 2.
Lone Star, where are you out tonight? This feeling I'm trying to find is dark, and I think that I would give anything for you to shine down on me. How far you walk, I just don't know. The distance I'm willing to go. I pick up the stone that I cast to the sky, hoping for some kind of sign. Look down on me and I feel the breeze. Your face so easy to see. It's dark, but I know that you're here with me. I feel your touch through the wind. Lone Star, where are you out tonight? This feeling I'm trying to find is dark, and I think that I would give anything for you to shine down on me. For you to shine down on me.
Thanks so much. One Madonna Hughes, Scattered to the Wind.
She kept the beds made and stayed there all alone. Washed her clothes and hung them out to dry. Did things the same old way as though the kids were gone. She kept the room and went at night. She kept the dust away until she could no more. And the house was sold and everything inside. All her treasures were not worth much at all. Always happy she had never questioned why. And everything she owned was scattered to the wind. So at an auction on a sunny autumn day, it took a lifetime to find all the things she wanted. And the day for all those hands to come carry it away. Carry it away.
Oh, another fantastic job right there from the Collards. here on the first portion of today's Merry-Go-Round broadcast. This next portion being brought to you by Price Power Equipment in Elkin, North Carolina. Let's hear a word from them, and we'll be back with more after this. All right, thank you so much, Bob, and we appreciate this portion of the broadcast being sponsored by Price Power Equipment. Now back to center stage. Once again, here's the Collards.
Thank you, Travis. Here's one we learned off of Jim and Jesse. I'm not sure who wrote this, but it's an old bluegrass traditional called "I'll Travel On." Song next. A lot of bluegrass bands have rearranged this, and we got our own version. Carolina in the Pines.
She spoke of me.
gonna pick up the pace a little bit, but she don't want me to go too fast.
She drove down Mobile in the pouring rain, moving through the darkness like a hurricane. Southern Gulfport water, Cumberland so green, Louisville by Nashville, all the points between. Pounding out a rhythm, making up lost time, headed for a blue sail line. White smoke rolling, whistle blowing, listen to her engine keep it Kentucky, Montgomery by morning, Birmingham by noon, over through the distance, I want to lonesome whistle cry, I love the sad refrain, like the boys on Bill Street singing good pain. Nobody's gonna stop her from her going to bound. These friends moving on to story bound. White smoke rolling, whistle blowing, listen to her engine keep it Kentucky The minds are full of fire, breathing burning coal, not raging for the motion. Like the thunder rolls, singing for the mighty, the cast remote will steal. Call Spike and lay the breath right beneath the wheels. The pride of her nation, she's a monument to them. The Southern Belle that fight together. White smoke rolling, whistle blowing, listen to her engine keep it Kentucky borderline. Kentucky borderline.
Oh, another fantastic job right there from the Collards on AM 740 WPAQ's world famous Merry-Go-Round. Let's go back to WPAQ, high atop Kudzu Hill. Bob King is standing by. We'll hear a word about our turkey call coming up, our contest for 2019, and also the weather forecast. We'll be back with more after this.
rules, see WPAQ740.com. 47 degrees outside and cloudy skies. The wind starting to pick up a little bit also. Those wind gusts could be around 20 miles an hour this afternoon. A high truck in the gate to 50. 29, the overnight low tonight. We have a northeasterly breeze that'll be with us for the next few days. Sunshine tomorrow, 52 the high. Saturday through about Friday, it looks like nighttime lows will be around the mid-30s. Daytime highs basically in the mid-50s, so about Thursday and Friday you might see a little bit of a move toward the 60 mark. But still a little bit of unseasonably cool weather at this time of the year across the board. And currently again 47 degrees outside activity. Right now we're taking back to the Aero Theater. Once again, Mary Travis.
All right, thank you so much, Bob King. We appreciate that update on the weather, and we'll look forward to that again here at the top of the hour. But right now, here on the first portion of today's program, we're having a great time with the Collards.
True Still red, chasing sunshine round a bend, winding through trees like ribbon in a wind. I don't mind not knowing what lies down the track, 'cause I'm looking out ahead and my mind won't turn back. It's not the first time I found myself alone and alone. If I really had you once, then I'd have you when I'm gone. It's so going lonesome in my mind, calling me along that never-ending lullaby. Still lives, chasing sunshine round a bend, winding through trees like ribbon in a wind. I don't mind not knowing what lies down the track, 'cause I'm looking out ahead to keep my mind from turning back. Sun is shining through the open boxcar door, lying in my mind with the things I've known before. I've lost count of the hours, days and nights. The rhythm of the rails keeps the motion in my mind. Still lives, chasing sunshine round a bend, winding through trees like ribbon in a wind. I don't mind not knowing what lies down the track, 'cause I'm looking out ahead to keep my mind from turning back. 'Cause I'm looking out ahead to keep my mind from turning back.
Oh, another great job right there from the Collards on AM 740 WPAQ. Let's take another time out here. Word from the National Guard. We'll be back after this. Thank you, Bob. We appreciate that. Before we go any further, I think we need to introduce everybody on stage.
Thank you, Travis. Yeah, I'll introduce John Rowe from Winston-Salem on the guitar. Back on the bass, doing a fine job on the bass, and also doing a pretty good job being our son-in-law. Aaron Green from Winston-Salem. Our latest member on the mandolin, hailing from Advance, North Carolina, Jerry Clevin. The prettiest one in the band, I started to say myself, but I'll have to give it to my wife, Suzanne, and doing all the pretty singing. My name's Fred. We're from Clemens. Thank you very much. It's Collards a little cave. And we're going to do a Collards original for you. I think it's the first time we've played this up here. It's called My Peace of Mind. Always living in the future makes it mine. personally. Here's one the bass player suggested we do, and I'm glad he did. It's a pretty song. One called The Little White Church. We're gonna do this one by Towns Van Zandt. It's been recorded by a lot of bluegrass bands. Called the White Freightliner. Highway
740 WPAQ. Give them a round of applause for being on the first portion of the program. Thank y'all so much for the wonderful music. And we've got about 30 seconds before the newscast, so we're going to send it back to Bob King sitting high atop Kudzu Hill. Hear a little bit about the Granite Bears radio broadcast and the news. We'll be back. We're going to reset the stage, be about 7 minutes. Come back and join us for the second portion of the program with Mayo River Alliance coming up next.
Good job.
Thank y'all again. That's awesome. Somebody said the pig. Looks like a guitar pick. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Somehow they all fit on the stage, even though they said they needed 1 8-foot riser and 2 about 8-foot risers, and the stage itself was just 16 foot wide. Everything made everybody on the same level. So, I've never seen them on TV. My mom said she watched it. Showed up that night.
You need a bass mic out or something, don't you? Ken, do we have a normal bass mic
Yes,
with the foam? Okay. Good job. Just a regular around here, ain't you? That's it.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, must be universe right there.
I got my name on the service. Oh, man.
Sure do. Yeah, I'm good. That's good. That's good.
All right, thank you so much, Bob King. We appreciate you getting us caught up on the news, weather, and sports. And we're getting ready and geared up for the second portion of today's live merry-go-round broadcast. And I know we've got a lot of folks here in our audience today. Have we got any folks from out of town, out of state? Any out-of-staters? Okay, we got some from Virginia. Where else? Arizona, Florida, and Ohio. Wow, that is awesome. We really do appreciate you being a part of our radio broadcast. And you can tune us in anytime on WPAQ's website at WPAQ740.com. We've actually got some folks in Tampa Bay that listen on a weekly and daily basis. They go to the TuneIn Radio app, find us there, and they put it in their car and listen in at work. So we appreciate y'all being a part of today's festivities. And we're going to get these guys to come around the microphone, and they're no strangers to our stage. They do a great job. Why don't you put your hands together, make welcome the Mayo River Alliance.
All right, thank y'all for coming out today. And if you're brave enough to listen online, you can also tune us in live on YouTube and watch us live streaming. But that's y'all's choice if you don't want to see a bunch of old ugly men up here playing. Speak for yourself, bro.
through weep and through cry. Woman I love, she left me this morning with no one to love or kiss me goodbye. be somewhere in glory land. And this ladder that I'm climbing is all part of his plan. I can hear the angels beckoning. Keep climbing, don't stop. There's a crown of life waiting for you when you reach the top. Hey, hold up the ladder that I'm climbing on. I'm climbing up the ladder and I'm going home. At the top of the ladder, oh, what joy that shall be. And the angels are holding up this ladder for me. Well, come on, you Christian soldiers, show the world your light can shine. Get on this gospel ladder and don't be afraid to climb. Can't you hear the angels cheering? Soon the battle will be o'er, and we'll celebrate the victory when we reach that other shore. Hey, hold up the ladder that I'm climbing on. I'm climbing up the ladder and I'm going home. At the top of the ladder, oh, what joy there shall be. And the angels are holding up this ladder for me. And the angels are holding up this ladder for me.
Oh, a great way to kick off the second portion of today's radio broadcast. That is the Mayo River Alliance entertaining the crowd. And we're going to take a time out here on the second portion of our program. Hear a word from the Surrey Spotlight. We'll be back after this. Thank you so much, Bob King. We appreciate those good words, as we do have a lot of great programming coming up here on WPAQ this Saturday afternoon. But right now, we're enjoying some great bluegrass, traditional bluegrass and gospel music on the stage. And we're going to send it right back their way. Once again, here's the Mayo River Alliance.
Thank y'all very much. Thank y'all for coming out today, especially coming all the way from Ohio and Arizona just to see us. Ain't y'all something? Amen, huh? That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, we really appreciate that trek. As we get started this evening, we'd like to take just a moment to introduce the group to you. We'd like to especially thank our banjo player this evening, coming all the way from Tobaccoville, North Carolina, and playing, stepping in for a guy that couldn't be here today, Randy Conrad. Also, we appreciate our fiddle player stepping in. He comes around and plays with us from time to time, Charles Bowman. Also, we have our bass player, Tony Trent. And here on in the middle, playing guitar, doing a lot of the lead vocals, is the famous Bill Carter. And right beside me, playing rhythm guitar, does a fine job. Also doing some of the singing, David Martin. And I'm Terry Martin, just the mandolin player, so we appreciate y'all coming out. Thank you. Yeah, I beat y'all to it, didn't I? A little maybe.
see the two blue eyes. They're shining like a diamond in the sky. The last time I saw little Maggie, she was sitting on the banks of the sea with the 44 around her and a banjo on her knee. Lay down your last gold dollar, lay down your gold watch and chain. Little Maggie's gonna dance with Daddy. Won't you listen to that old fiddle ring? Pretty flowers were made to bloom and pretty stars were made to shine. Pretty women were made for loving. Little Maggie was made for mine. As you read this letter that I write to you, sweetheart, I hope you'll understand that you're the only love I knew. Won't you please forgive me if you can? Sweetheart, I think you could come home tonight. I'm so blue and all alone. I promise that I'll treat you right. Love, oh love, please come home. That old wind's cold and slowly creeping around, and that fire's burning low. The snow has covered up the ground. Your baby's hungry, sick and cold. Sweetheart, I beg you to come home tonight. I'm so blue and all alone. I promise that I'll treat you right. Love, oh love, please come home. Sweetheart, I beg you to come home tonight. I'm so blue and all alone. I promise that I'll treat you right. Love, oh love, please come home. I said, love, oh love, please come home. that's the way of your love. It was spring when you whispered those words, dear. The flowers were blooming so fair. Now tonight as the snow falls around us, I can see that your love is not there. Oh, they tell me your love's like flower in a springtime blossom so fair. In a fall when it withers way, dear. And they tell me that's the way of your love. Oh, they tell me your love is like flower in a springtime blossom so fair. In a fall when it withers way, dear. And they tell me that's the way of your love. Oh, they tell me that's the way of your love.
Oh, another great job right there. That is the Mayo River Alliance over AM 740 WPAQ's world famous Merry-Go-Round. And it's time that we go back to Kudzu Hill with Bob King. We're going to hear a word about Mickey Gallion and Cullen's Bridge. They're coming up tonight at the Fairview Reuton Club. We'll be back after this.
November 16th, 7:30 p.m. on the Fairview Reuton Club, located approximately 5 miles south of Daylight Projection. Look for the sign. 49 degrees, current temperature, high near 57 sunshine. Overnight low night 30 degrees, tomorrow more sunshine, high around 51. 4-day forecast at the top of
All right, thank you so much, Bob. And make sure you go out and check Mickey Gallion and Cullen's Bridge coming up tonight at the Fairview Reuton Club. If you like hard driving, traditional bluegrass music, well, Mickey can sure get it done, and we appreciate him and his group. And make sure you go by and see them. Get there early to get you some food and get you a good seat. All right, we are having a great time here at the world-famous Merry-Go-Round. We're going to turn it right back over to these fine folks, the Mayo River Alliance.
Thank y'all once again.
Hey, devil man, I'll get it someday. get back to church, get down on your knees and pray. Get back to church, get down on your knees and pray. Get back to church, start living for Jesus' name. I've been standing on this throne, waiting for the trumpet to blow. I've been standing on this throne, waiting for the trumpet to blow. I've been standing on this throne, waiting for Jesus to show. But get back to church, get down on your knees and pray. Get back to church, get down on your knees and pray. Get back to church, start living for Jesus' name. I'll be walking on the streets in Jesus' paving gold. I'll be walking on the streets in Jesus' paving gold. I'll be walking on the streets of Jesus, save my soul. But get back to church, get down on your knees and pray. Get back to church, get down on your knees and pray. Get back to church, start living for Jesus' name. Gotta get back to church, get down on your knees and pray. Get back to church, get down on your knees and pray. Get back to church, start living for Jesus' name. Get back to church, start living for Jesus' name.
Great bluegrass music over AM 740 WPAQ's Merry-Go-Round with the Mayo River Alliance. And we're going to take another time out and we're going to hear a word about Old Mill Music and Sound as they sponsor this next portion of the radio broadcast.
Yeah, that thing was all over the place. Told him yesterday he's gonna get
All right, thank you so much, Bob. And just a reminder, this portion of today's broadcast being brought to you by Old Mill Music and Sound. Christmas time is coming, and what better way to give somebody the gift of music than picking up your guitar or banjo or bass today by visiting Old Mill Music and Sound. They've got a lot of great instruments in there, including a nice Shenandoah Martin. They've also got some Blue Ridge guitars, and also some different guitars from the Alvarez collection as well. So make sure you go by and see them today. That's Old Mill Music and Sound. They've also got lots of great accessories for your instruments and all kinds of records in the back as well. So if you like bluegrass, old time, and country records, they have that, along with some rock and roll records too. All right, well, let's get back to more music now. Gathering around the microphones once again, here's the Mayo River Alliance.
All right, thank you, Travis. We're going to feature the Banjo Man now, do a pretty well-known banjo tune here called Boggy Mountain Breakdown. Thank y'all very much. Good job, Randy. Appreciate that. Yes, sir. So thank y'all once again for coming out. What we got on the agenda now, guys? All right. Pick up the Cadillac. All right, we're gonna feature Charles Bowman on this one right here. One piece at a time. All right, one piece at a time. Well, I left Kentucky back in '49 and went to Detroit working on an assembly line. The first year they had me putting wheels on Cadillacs. Every day I'd watch them beauties roll by, and sometimes I'd hang my head and cry, 'cause I always wanted me one that was long and black. That day I devised myself a plan that should be the envy of most any man. I'd sneak it out of there in a lunchbox in my hand. Now, getting caught meant getting fired, but I figured I'd have it all by the time I retired. I'd have me a car worth at least 100 grand. I'd get it one piece at a time, and it wouldn't cost me a dime. You'd know it's me when I come through your town. I'm gonna ride around in style, I'm gonna drive everybody wild, 'cause I'll have the only one there is around. So the very next day when I punched in with my big lunchbox and help from my friend, I left that day with a lunchbox full of gears. I'd never considered myself a thief, but GM wouldn't miss just one little piece, especially if I strung it out over several years. Well, the first day I got me a fuel pump, then the next day I got me an engine and a trunk, then I got me a transmission and all the chrome. The little stuff I could get in my big lunchbox, like nuts and bolts and all 4 shocks, but the big stuff was snuck out of my buddy's mobile home. Up to now, my plan went all right till we tried to put it all together one night, and that's when we noticed that something was definitely wrong. Well, the transmission was a 53, and the motor turned out to be a 73, and we wanted to put in the bolts, and all the holes were gone. So we drilled it out so that it would fit, with a little bit of help from an adapter kit. We had that engine running just like a song. Now the headlights, there was another sight. There was 2 on the left and 1 on the right. When we pulled out the switch though, and all 3 of them come on. The back end looked kind of funny too, but we put it together, and when we got through, well, that's when we noticed that we only had 1 tail fin. About that time my wife walked out, and I could see in her eyes that she had her doubts, but she opened the door and said, "Honey, take me for a spin." So we drove uptown just to get the tags, and we headed right on down Main Drag. I could hear everybody laughing for blocks around. But up there at the courthouse, they didn't laugh, because to type it up, it took the whole staff, and when they got through, the title weighed 60 pounds. I got it one piece at a time, and it didn't cost me a dime. You'll know it's me when I come through your town. I'm gonna ride around in style, I'm gonna drive everybody wild, 'cause I'll have the only one there is around. It's a 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59 automobile. It's a 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70 automobile.
Well, I was born in the Southland. 30-some odd years ago. I ran away for the first time when I was 4 years old. My home's on my back. Well, I knew every inch of highway, every foot of back road, every mile of railroad track. track.
All right, another wonderful job right there from the Mayo River Alliance. And we're going to take another time out here on the radio broadcast. We're going to hear a word about our upcoming Christmas parade. You may have heard that it has switched to a nighttime parade. So we're going to be hearing about that, and then also our quick news and weather. We'll be back with more after this. Okay, thank you so much, Bob. We appreciate you catching us up on the news and the weather, and exciting times to hear about that Christmas parade coming our way. Nighttime parade, first time Mount Airy has done that, so we're looking forward to it. Right now, we're having a great time on the stage at the Earl Theater in downtown Mount Airy, where it's nice and climate controlled. We're going to send it back to center stage. Once again, here's the Mayo River Alliance.
Mr. McKinley, I can't find the cause. Bound to die, you're bound to die. Well, he took down his horse, torn down the reins, said to the horse, better wrap around this train, buffalo to Washington.
see what you've done. You shot my husband with that Irish Johnson gun. Bring back to Washington. Well, now Roosevelt's in the White House. He's doing his best. Kennedy in the graveyard. He's taking him to rest. Long gone, a long time. He's long gone, a long time.
Coming up. Everybody get in tune here as they get their capos in order. We're going to try another one here called The Old Home Place.
Oh, another great job right there from the Mayo River Alliance on the second portion of today's program. Well, friends and neighbors, let's tell you a little bit about the Mayberry Music Center. It's located right across the street from the Earl Theater and owned and operated by James Easter of the Easter Brothers. James invites you to stop in and check out their selection of acoustic and electric guitars, bass guitars, mandolins, fiddles, banjos, trumpets, saxophones, clarinets, flutes, and more. And at Mayberry Music Center, they specialize in the Blue Ridge guitars and are the authorized Blue Ridge guitar dealer in the area. And at Mayberry Music Center, they always give a $100 discount off the suggested retail price of Blue Ridge guitars. You'll usually find some slightly used Blue Ridge guitars at Mayberry Music Center at a discounted price. They have strings as well as other types of accessories for your instrument, and they also offer musical lessons and instrument repairs. James says if you don't see what you're looking for, just ask. The chances are they can have it in just a couple of days. You'll also find a great selection of bluegrass and bluegrass gospel CDs. Those include the Easter Brothers and the Primitive Quartet. Mayberry Music Center is open Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. until 4 p.m., and on Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. until 3 p.m. They're always closed on Sunday. Once again, that's the Mayberry Music Center, Main Street, downtown Mount Airy. And we certainly do appreciate their support here on this next portion of the broadcast. And we're going to go right back into more music. Got about, just under 20 minutes to go. And we're going to send it right back to them once again, Mayo River Alliance.
Thank you, Travis. We're going to try one now called Katie Daly.
We won't drink that good old Mountain Dew.
angels come and cook pork, egg, and daily. They took her out across the great divide. Oh, come on down the mountain, Katy Daly. Come on down the mountain, Katy Daly. Get your heads gone and Katy Daly. We won't drink that good old Mountain Dew.
Our final time out here on the Merry-Go-Round broadcast. Hear one more word from the Christmas parade, and we'll be back after this.
Glad to have y'all with us. We'll be looking for you again.
could go back to the
There you go. Yeah, that's a good one. Good time to hear that.
WPAQ, I guess they pay for that.
Subscribers up,
Right.
the hours are advertising.
We'll see.
All right, take care.
All right, thank you so much, Bob. We've got time for about 2 more here on the radio broadcast, and it's been an absolute delight to have these guys, along with the Collards, and we want you to return coming up November the 23rd. The Possum Holler Old Time String Band, that's Jenny Lowry and her group, will be here, along with Third Creek Bluegrass at 12 o'clock. So it looks like we'll have some old time and bluegrass music. Jenny Lowry will be your host for that event, and we're excited about it. But right now, we're going to go back to center stage for the conclusion of today's Merry-Go-Round broadcast. Once again, here's the Mayo River Alliance.
That old train's blowing off the rail, rail, rail. Heading for the mountain that she's got to climb, bringing in that Georgia mail.
Up here today to fill in on the banjo. They told me I could close it out. So here's one called Shuckin' the Corn.
That's the Mayo River Alliance right there, folks, doing a great job. Thank y'all so much for coming today. And then, of course, we had the callers at 11 o'clock. Lots of great music had here on the Merry-Go-Round. Don't forget, coming up next week, November the 23rd, hard to believe, getting closer and closer to Christmas. At 11 o'clock, the Possum Holler Old Time String Band with Jenny Lowry. And then, of course, at 12 o'clock, Third Creek Bluegrass. Jenny Lowry will be your host for that event, so it looks like it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Make sure to catch us on the AM dial on AM 740 or on the website at WPAQ740.com, or you can check us out on the YouTube channel as we did broadcast us live over WPAQ's YouTube channel today. Well, that's going to do it for me, friends and neighbors. I'm Traveling Travis Fry saying it's been good to be with you, friends and neighbors. Keep it between the lines, and Bob, get us out of here.